Hey ladies, I've got another nail art tutorial for you today. I'm going to be showing you how I created this fantasy butterfly nail art look. If you recognize the colors, it's because you're on the blog or you've seen some of my other videos. They're the exact same polishes that I was dealt by my lovely fiance for a He Picks My Polish challenge. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I ended up making a water marble with these polishes. I'll link all of the details below if you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's totally cool. I'm using the same polishes and just a few more supplies just to create this look. I was teeter-tottering which route I wanted to go, and I think I just love water marbles, so that's why I went with that. But I really liked how this came out, so I thought I'd put together a super quick video and show you how I made it. So I am using a basic sponging technique to create kind of a V shape at the base of the nail, or I guess that's the end of the nail, depending on how you look at it. Anyways, and unfortunately the blue that I was using was really see-through, so it took forever to build it up, but also the purple on the other side I kept pulling off, so don't completely watch what I'm doing, but put some on, make a layer, and then let it dry. And if you're doing a full manicure, just move on to the next nail and then circle back and build up the layers, because it'll probably work out a million times better than how it went for me. I am kind of creating I was trying to say angular angular shape, like kind of like a V shape with the purple and the blue at the bottom. I'm obviously using those colors because it was part of the He Picks My Polish challenge. But if you're just choosing whatever polish you want, make sure in that little section in the middle where they overlap, they're going to be a pretty color. Like, you don't want them to be like making a crazy funky brown or something. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could, but that's counterproductive. Also, I apologize, in a few seconds here it's gonna look like I skipped over a whole bunch, and it's because my poor phone that I'm recording this on was running out of a battery, and I wasn't watching it, so yeah. Sorry, it stopped recording. But anyways, you can see what it looks like after I built it up a lot, let it dry, kept building it up. It's a little rough for me, like at the top where the yellow is, so I'm just taking a little bit more of that yellow polish and I'm just kind of sponging it in to get a little bit of an easier set of lines. And because the yellow is a lighter color, it's easy to mix in over the other stuff. So if you did a good job the first time, you could totally skip this step if you want. My only thing is before you start adding the next set of layers on, just please make sure you let it dry, because this could get chunky really fast. And there's my battery dying again. I apologize. Pretty much all that you missed was I got my striping tool, a black one obviously, and just put the foundational outlines for the butterfly wing print on there. It's really just one curved line and kind of like sunbeam type rays, just kind of like straightly, going out of it, like, think old school, like kindergarten, how you draw a sun, like just half a circle and some straight lines. That's really all you have to do. The bottom part was actually for me a little trickier. It's creating that kind of black edging that's so pretty on a butterfly's wings, and it for me was tricky because you had to try to create like the little curved details in each section. It's more just time consuming really with your dotting, or with your striping tool. But just try to create little rounded corners in there so you have like almost a petal looking effect in each of those sections. I hope you know what I'm talking about here. But I think if you looked at a butterfly wing, you'd be like, oh yeah, okay, I know what she's talking about. Anyways, don't get frustrated. You can do it. If I can do it on my first try, there are far better individuals out there, so I'm sure you can do this too. For me, I felt like it ended up being a lot of polish on there, so I just let it dry again. This obviously wouldn't be a problem if you were going through all of your nails creating this look, if you circled back, but if you're not, you're just doing this as an accent nail or something, I highly recommend letting this completely dry before moving forward. Okay, so I let it dry. You can see how really pretty and sparkly it already is, but not enough for me. So I got some of the large hexagons that I have and some of my Princess Glamour Blossom Polish, which is like a really, really teeny tiny shimmery glitter polish, and it's got a pink hue to it with some kind of like pearlescent glitter in there. And I'm using that as something to add more sparkles overall because it's not like a super in your face glitter, but also it's gonna be the bonding agent for the hexagon glitters. So make sure whatever you end up using, you put I would say a pretty thick layer on, because you really want some good adhesive action going on. If you noticed, I put a drop of the polish in my little plastic tray and dipped my dotting tool into it. That's just so you could pick up the hexagons easily and get them in place without too much of a fuss. It's really easy on the go. And just kind of I put the hexagon glitters on that black kind of edging area because I thought it would be pretty instead of like the white dots that most butterflies have. I was like, let's make them shiny. So obviously you can see I'm using fuchsia, but you could equally just use a white dotting tool if this was too much for you and put the traditional white dots. It's really whatever you want. But yeah, just kind of create like a little dotted, kind of spotted area and let it dry again. Ultimately, I ended up putting another coat of the blossom polish on it just to seal it in. So I hope you are inspired by this look and I'll give it a try. It was surprisingly easier than I thought it would be. I'd love to see how yours turn out, so show me on my Facebook page. I'll toss the link down below. And as always, thanks so much for watching.